Hi everyone, today we are going to continue our EOC review with talking about all things that are linear. Linear functions are functions whose graphs form a line. Functions are where the x's cannot repeat. The only type of line that is not a function is a vertical line, and that equation is x equals whatever number it's crossing on the x-axis. There are three different forms of linear equations on your formula chart. One of them is called the slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b. M is the slope, or the constant rate of change. B is the y-intercept, or the initial value. Number two, the point-slope formula. Y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Remember that x1, y1 is a point that's on the line, and m is your slope. And remember with this one, the only things that you'll be replacing to find out the equation are the y1, the m, and the x1. Number three, the standard form of an equation is ax plus by equals c, and a, b, and c must be whole numbers. The letter A must always be positive. Your formula chart also includes the formula for finding the slope of a line. The slope formula is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, where x1, this is x1 and y1, x2 and y2 are 2 points on the line. Let's continue with the backside. Remember that you can find the slopes of a line simply by looking at the algebra slopes or the slope dude. We talked about both of those. Remember that up and to the right is positive. Pump it up positive. So then this line here is a positive. And so let's draw a positive slope. It goes up and to the right. We also have negative, nice and easy negative. Remember, we're on a ski slope, nice and easy negative down the hill. This one is a negative, and so the negative line, the negative slope, is going down and to the right. The line that is horizontal straight across is your zero slope. So here the mouth of the slope dude is zero slope. And then the last one, if you fall off the cliff, then that's not a good thing. And so it is undefined. U for undefined on the slope dude. And so straight up and down, this is undefined. Consequently, there's only one of these lines that is a function, or that is not a function. Which one is it? This one is not a function because it is the vertical line test. All right, so then the parent linear function, let's talk about that for a moment. The parent linear function is y equals x. The slope of the parent linear function is the understood one that's in front of the x, so m equals 1. And the y-intercept is the number that's by itself, which is nothing. If there's a 0 there, we could put a plus 0, so b is equal to 0. Let's draw that graph. Remember that the b is where we begin, so on the y-axis we start at the 0, and we go up 1 and right 1 because the slope is up 1 and right 1. And so there's the graph of y equals x. That is our parent linear function. And by the way, this is proportional. Do you remember what proportional means? Proportional means that it has a positive slope. Proportional. It has a positive slope. And it goes through the origin. All right. Let's talk about intercepts. The ordered pair of an x-intercept will be the number and then 0. So the number is in the x place for it to be an x-intercept. The 0 would be in the y place. So to find an x-intercept, you just plug a 0 in for the y, because that's what's in place of the y. Here's your x and here's your y. X is the number, the y is the 0. The ordered pair of a y-intercept will always be 0 and then the number. So the 0 is your x and the number is in your y place. So to find a y-intercept, just plug 0 in for x. Parallel lines have slopes that are the same, and perpendicular lines have slopes that are negative or opposite reciprocals. So to find a slope that is parallel to 3, that slope would be 3 because it's the same. Parallel is, the symbol for that is 2 straight up and down lines. Perpendicular lines, to find a slope that is perpendicular to 3, we would flip the slope, so we put a 1 under it, flip the slope and change the sign. That's what opposite reciprocals are. Flip the slope and change the sign. It was a positive, now it's a negative. Also included on all things that are linear, we have graphing linear inequalities. And so we have to remember that when we have a greater than symbol, the line is dashed. So it is a dashed line. Less than is also dashed. Now, the line underneath the symbol means that it's going to be a solid line. So the line underneath means it's a solid line. Now let's talk about the shading. The shading for a greater than symbol is going to be above. Greater means above. Less would be below. Greater, above. Less, oh, this one should be a less than. That's a typo. Less than should be below. And remember, we made a foldable for linear inequalities and number line inequalities. So you may go back and look at some examples of your foldable for your inequalities. Good luck on your assignment. Have a great day.